Well, hello everybody. So, I tried a couple different solutions to the Ed Reed situation, but it looks like the only way to fix this that I have found is to simulate the next couple games until we reach Kent Ratherwell's start here. I did report this as a bug on Steam, so hopefully they'll accept it and do something. But anyway, let's see how we do in the next two games. And I'm just going to skip. And we lost both of them. Alright, so the way to fix this... No. The way to fix this would be... Well, at least he recovered, but it looks like his stamina is still terrible. To, once you reach the start of the picture you want to swap out, is to just substitute in the play screen. You don't even have to start the game. And now Ed Reed is our starter for this game. Boy, so let's just see how many runs he's given up since those 5 when he first came in. Alright, so he only gave up 2 more. Certainly has not had the best start to his season with the Freebooters, but we'll see if we can turn that around. I also wanted to see if anyone's been signed in those 2 games. I think we are going to go one more, and then we'll do a free agency deep dive as a screenshot post. We also have a bunch of training funds. Oh good, and red meat diet sucks. But nobody's been signed, it looks like. So one more game, and then we'll do a nice little free agency deep dive. 2-9, that is a awful start to the season. But I suppose we'll see if we can't make some kind of recovery. Keep in mind we are about a quarter of the way through the season. This is a short season, only 48 games. We're already 11 down. This will be game 12. Let's get started. Let's see what Ed Reed can do when he's actually used in the function we got him for. So the Heaters, one of the more fun lineups I think in the game. They've got... I'm not sure who's pitching today, but they have Elmo Slayer, who is one of the best pitchers in the league. Definitely a control pitcher. They also have some really good like C and C+ players. So Air Lovestone. Oh, there's a liner to second. So great start for the Freebooters. Air Lovestone is not their best pitcher, but they really have a very control-based rotation. And honestly, I just love the look, the mascot. I really like the Heaters. Well hit ball, there's a single to left field. So we do get a base runner early. And let's see what Oakley Stiffs can do with 1 on first and 1 out. And he's not going to do much. Pass will field and throw to first in time. Ooh, well hit ball. So I'm kind of hoping Guns Jackman can get things going here. He's still tense. His average has steadily climbed down in the last couple games. There's a well hit ball to left, but I think that's going to be fieldable, and Glute's going to grab it for the 3rd out. So not able to get anything off of the base runner with 1 out. And we'll see how Ed Reed does in an actual starting role. Now, I don't think he's going to get very deep into this game. He is, it looks like the AI has been using him out of the bullpen. And, oh, Pomp, what are you doing? Pomp, nothing doing on that dive. He did stop the ball. But that's the issue when you have limited speed at 3rd. And nice pitch for a swing and a miss, but unable to throw out the runner, so Heaters already have second with no out. And Ed Reed throwing a bunch of balls there and walks him. Well, that does set up the force on any base.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Like I said, the Heaters are actually a much tougher lineup than they look like on paper. And Ed Reed is already exhausted here in the first. He's only thrown 12 pitches, but... Oh, there's an out. Unable to double up the runner at second. I don't necessarily see him getting through more than 2 or 3 innings in his first start. But, I suppose it is what it is. We will have Kent Ratherwell out of the bullpen, though, so maybe they can combine for a couple. And there's a soft hit liner, Landon Fairfields, unable to double up the runner again. So after giving up a couple of singles, Ed Reed has actually been, and a walk. Double steal, throws to third, not in time, and Ducey is going to just kind of let that one bounce off his glove. So you can kind of see, there's a well-hit ball. Wow, Landon Fair, a beautiful catch. Leaping to prevent that one from getting into the outfield. Nice work. So that'll be the third out on what could have been an RBI single. As I was saying, you can kind of see the difficulty of having those low defense, low speed guys in crucial infield positions. And well hit grounder, but right to the shortstop. That's going to be the first out for us.
Now batting, the third baseman, Ducey.
So I would say Ducey's been one of my bigger disappointments for this year. On paper, great power, great speed. He does have 3 home runs, but hasn't really done much at the plate otherwise, and has been something of a defensive liability. Certainly better at first than third. But I've been more impressed by Bad Hot Brown on third, to be honest. And Freebooter's already down 2 outs in the second. Looked like a forkball right down the center of the plate, but just grounded to second. So the Heaters, I don't know if Deion Bass is one of their, they might have gone out and gotten him. Ed Reed already hitting his limit around 25 pitches. He might be able to get through the second. And that one looked like it caught the corner, but called a ball. And well hit ball, there's a base hit. So Freebooters are going to bring in Ratherwell to try to bullpen this one. And he almost hits him. This is Ratherwell kind of working in the position I had envisioned for him originally. Nice strike on the inside corner. And he does a nice job getting the count back to 3-2, but we'll walk him high there. Bolter, one of the fastest players in the league. It'd be interesting to see him try to bunt here. And there he goes, right to the pitcher. Might have had a chance at second there, but he goes with the certain out. Oh, I love this. So, because we're playing an away game here against the Heaters, who are a non-DH team, the cross-conference rules will dictate that pitchers will be hitting. Now, I'm interested to see if that's also true for us. I spotted a bug when I first started playing, there she pops up for the out, that basically whatever team was home in these cross-conference situations would get a DH, but it looks like that's not true for the Heaters, so it'll be interesting to see. Anyway, 2 out, 2 on. And nice strike on the inside corner there. Oh, Pomp, come on, you didn't have to dive for that. Well, there's a hit, that'll bring in 2. Evergreen kind of bobbles the field, but she wasn't getting the runner at second anyway. And Ratherwell gives up a 2-run double in the second inning. Pomp Ducey might have gotten to that if he hadn't dove. But there's a pop-up to right. Oakley stiffs fields for the 3rd out. It did not look that high. So here's Kenna Korn. She has really been good to start this year. Just 1 home run, 1 RBI, but hitting .385. He falls behind 1 and 2 here, though, against Lovestone, and strikes out swinging. So Lovestone, not a particularly well-rated pitcher, and there's Ratherwell, so I guess they did fix that. Cool. And Ratherwell, nicely hit to right field. That's going to dink in there for a base hit, so he's going to get on. See if he can get back some of those runs. Nice job by Kent Ratherwell. Lovestone, not one of the better pitchers in this league, but doing a nice job confounding our hitters here. There's a pop-up to short. And other than that single to Ratherwell, she's been pretty much perfect. And also doing it very efficiently. There's a well-hit ball to right, but it's just going to stay in the outfield, sorry. And Bolter will grab it. Bolter, one of the fastest players in the game, and also one of the better outfielders defensively. And there's a nice foul to start off the inning. First pitch. Fielded for the 1st out. Nice job by Ratherwell. One of those runs in the 2nd inning will be charged to Ed Reed and 1 to Ratherwell, I believe. Unfortunate that he couldn't get a couple more outs there. There's a pop-up to center. Brickhouse will field for the 2nd out. And somewhat ironically, this was intended to be Ratherwell's start anyway, so he's doing a pretty nice job. Pops this one out to the infield. Pomp Ducey hopefully will not drop this for the 3rd out. He is being really douchey lately. And he is definitely one I would like to target in free agency. To release, that is. So if we can get something going against Lovestone here, it would be very nice to give Ratherwell and Reed a little bit of, I don't know, just stay in the game, to be honest. That one's a soft grounded at 3rd. And boy, these bats are just dead. I mean, you have to hand it to Lovestone. She's doing a nice job of keeping our guys guessing, but at some point, you gotta execute. There's a well-hit ball, speaking of execute, and that one's gonna be gone. Looked like the 4th row in right field. A blast, almost 400 feet. Guns Jackman, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, doing his job. And the solo shot puts the Freebooters, brings the Freebooters, that is, to 2-1. So let's see if Evergreen can follow up that performance with something. She'll pop a couple up, fortunately out of play. And grounds to 3rd, Stiffner will field and fire to 1st in time.
Now batting, the 3rd baseman,
I do like the way the announcer says his name. But it would be great if his bat would come to life. Well, there's a well-hit ball to center. Looks like it is going to stay in, though. And Ruffo's going to grab it himself for the third out. Ruffo, also a very excellent defensive outfielder. I would call the Heaters a team of role players. They really did a nice job putting that. They don't have a lot of cap space when you start off with them, but they did a great job putting that roster together. Even overpaying on some of those starry free agent contracts. Hank Hart's gonna walk here.
Now batting the second baseman, Dion Base.
And a lot of speed as well on the base paths. Rather well fires a nice fastball in there for a strike. And pops this one up. It could dink in if our outfielder can't get to it. And it'll bounce off his glove. Fires to second, but not in time. So Stockton Brickhouse not able to make the play. I think that was Stockton. Tried for the dive when he really should have just ran for it. The second play we've missed, and there's another soft pop. Again, not going to get to it. They will send the runner, and one will score. So we're seeing a little bit of the consequence of having such slow outfielders. Very little range. 2 plays. We should be looking at 2 outs with 1 on right now. And instead, Ratherwell has given up a run. And has 2 on, nobody out. They're going to try the double steal, hold the runner at third, runner safe at second. I said the Heaters have excellent speed on the base paths. That one's going to bounce harmlessly off the backstop. And he'll get the strikeout for the first out. So you would hope Ratherwell could pitch his way out of this, but poor defense has definitely put him in a bit of a bind here. And that's just bad luck. He got soft fly balls. I mean, those were not well hit at all. Center fielder just not able to get to them. There's another fly ball, this one to the infield. And Jackman's going to grab it. So Heaters can no longer score on an out. There's a soft ground ball. Woodman's going to dive for it and toss to Ratherwell in time for the third out. Finally, a diving play that works out for the Freebooters. And they'll keep this a 2-run ball game, now 3-1 Heaters. That'll bring us into the 5th inning. Lovestone only given up 2 hits, one of them the solo shot. And won't give up a third here. There's a pop-up to the infield.
Now batting the catcher, Kenna Corn.
See what Kenna Corn can do here. Soft grounder to second. So 3 pitches, 2 outs.
Now batting the pitcher,
And
Kent
Kent
Rutherford.
Ratherwell had the first hit in this game for the Freebooters. We'll see if Lovestone throws him another meatball. Quickly gets ahead 0-2. And there's a pop-up. At least he's going to make her work for this. Another foul. Ratherwell doing a nice job staying alive. And there's a grounder to third. Stiffner fields, fires in time, third out. So Freebooters get nothing doing, go down 1-2-3. Ratherwell had the best at bat, taking 5 pitches. But just 8 pitches to take down the Freebooters in that one. Gonna bring up Ted Stiffner. Ratherwell still on the mound for the Booters. Gets the pop up to the infield for this one. For the first out.
Now batting the first baseman, Antonio Naval.
Antonio Levo, just a C+ overall, but one of the best first basemen in the league. And one of the more dangerous hitters as well. Guns Jackman with a nice diving stop. He'll throw to first in time for the second out. Nice job by Jackman at short there. And Ratherwell has done a decent job. Really, the should be looking at a 1 earned run here, but some bad defense. Well, here's a chance for, it was Brickhouse, and there's a chance for him to redeem himself, and he gets the third out. And there's the Jeep going up the rock wall here at Red Rock Stadium, one of my favorite stadiums in this game. Let's see if the Booters can get something going in the 6th. There's a soft fly ball to left field and fieldable for a glue. 1 down. Lovestone has only thrown 58 pitches here through 5 1/3. And only given up 1 run on the solo home run. This is just the second base runner given up by her in this game. We'll see, no, third, excuse me. We'll see if the Freebooters can get anything going off of this. Tries the pitch out to prevent the steal. I'm not sure, not great speed at first. But she's having a little bit of trouble finding that corner. There's a well-hit ball for a base hit to right field. Bolter's going to grab it and throw in. Runners hold up on first and second with 1 out. So a nice bit of hitting here on the 6th. The Freebooters threatening first and second. 1 down. And that ball will get away, but oh, they held up for a second. Stutter stepped at second, and they get the runner out. Ah. And there's a well-hit ball. That's going to be extra bases, likely. 1 run will score. Could have been 2 runs. Oh, that's always frustrating when it happens, but a nice bit of hitting there to score 1. Patience Evergreen hammers 1 to center. Ruffo's just going to get to it in time, though. And Freebooters get 1 run, making this a 3-2 game. Doing a nice job keeping this close. You'd think they'll take Ratherwell out soon. They might hope he can get through this inning so they can bring in a pinch hitter. But there's a well-hit ball, just foul. That would have been extra bases if it landed. And there's another foul ball. Douchey almost able to grab it for the first out. And soft hit liner. That's going to dink in there for a base hit. So Brickhouse not able to get to that one in time. That would have been a tough play for anybody. We'll see if they send the runner. Kennecorn does not have a great arm. They won't. Landon Fair flips to second, on to first for the double play. That'll clear the bases. And they're going to bring in McBride to try to get this game to the 8th inning. The Freebooters decide they would rather not risk giving up another run, even if they have to bring in a pinch hitter for McBride. They do have options in the bullpen if this one stays close. That'll bring us to the 7th inning. Freebooters stepping up to the plate, a 3-2 game. So this is still anyone's at this point. Lovestone still on the mound. Douchey's going to fly out to right on the first pitch. Peters. And there we go. They're going to bring in Bad Hot Brown to replace second baseman Landon Fair. Bad Hot Brown, also another player off to a hot start, but has not hit anything in these last few games, just 219 now, from over 300 a couple games ago. And he'll pop up there, he won't get anything either. So the Gambit replacing Landon Fair did not pay off. And Kennick Horn now up to bat. Almost takes one on the chin there. Well hit ball, Fair. That's going to bounce off the diving first baseman, and she will make it. So they're going to bring in Walker Runs to replace Ryder McBride. You would expect to see Grace Lupinovich to pitch the 7th then. And Walker Run, it pays off immediately with a hard hit single up center field.
Now batting, the first baseman, Sturdy Woodman.
So Air Lovestone under a bit of pressure here. Freebooters threatening with 2 on, 2 out. Quickly gets ahead 0-2 in the count. Woodman does a nice job laying off that fork ball in the dirt. And that one, boy, looked outside, but called a strike. He strikes out looking. So Freebooters will bring in Lupinovich to try to get them through the 7th, maybe the 8th inning. Unable to get any runs there on the pinch hit single. And they're going to leave in Lovestone here, who is immediately going to pop out to second. Looks like they moved Douchy to second, so Bad Hop Brown is covering third now. And Douchy will field that grounder, and the Heaters quickly go down. The first 2 Heaters, that is. Freebooters quickly getting 2 outs. Lupinovich, stats probably a little better than her actual performance. There's a high pop to left center, and Brickhouse just going to get there in time. Most other teams, that's an easy out. He barely got to that one. But Lupinovich able to get out of trouble there. And the Heaters go down. Ooh, a hard hit fly to left there, but right to the fielder. Heaters go down 1-2-3. Lovestone still in the game. Gets the first out quickly on a hard hit liner. Now the Heaters, even if you get to the bullpen, they do have one of the best relief pitchers in the game. So at this point, they would probably bring him in. That relief pitcher being... Oh, there's a... Wow, Lovestone goes lateral there, and will fire to first in time for the out. So 3 down. Freebooters go down 1-2-3. The Heaters reliever I was referring to is called Der Neverwalker. He is one of their most expensive players and also one of their better players. There's a hard hit grounder up the center. Douchy not able to get to it. Brickhouse will field and fire in. The runner stays at first with a hard hit single. So a quick base runner here. They pitch out trying to get him to go. Throws over. And Lupinovich quickly walks that one. So now first and second, nobody out. They do have force on every base. So a ground ball could result in a double play here. Lupinovich getting a little bit tired. 8th inning, they could bring in Kay Frequin. And I would expect this would be her last batter. I would hope. There's a soft pop-up. This one's actually got a chance of dinking in, but Jackman's going to grab it. Nice job. Again, you can see those slow fielders for the Freebooters. And they're going to bring in Kay Frequin. 1 out, 2 on. Freebooters trying not to let this one get away from them. Frequent throws a two-seamer and a screwball. One of the only actually the only left-handed pitcher in the Freebooters bullpen. Also one of the best closers in the game, at least in terms of stats. Looks like they're gonna hope to get 5 outs from her, and she'll walk the first batter she faces. Hart not fooled on the outside fastball. Now that does set up the force anywhere, so again a soft grounder. But she's not going to get that soft grounder. Well hit liner through the infield. That's going to bring in 2 runs. Heaters take a 5-2 lead. Now both those runs are going to be charged to Lupinovich, but she is now responsible for everyone on base. And there's a soft grounder. Not sure. Boy, I just don't know. Well, that's going to be it for Lovestone. She pitched a gem, 2 runs, 8 innings. 7 innings? 8 innings. 2 outs now, and Frequin will get the strikeout, but damage is now done. Well, Splash Cashmore is going to come on and hope to get the final 3 outs for the Heaters.
Now batting, the left fielder. Patient now in the game, Maggie Rags.
And they're going to bring Maggie Rags in on first, one of the best defensive players in the game. Gold glove at just about any position. And soft hit grounder doesn't quite get through, so there's the first out.
The second baseman,
Freebooters now have to make up a 4-run deficit. Bushi's going to fly out to right, and now down to their last out.
Now batting, the third baseman, Bad Hop Brown.
Bad Hop Brown representing the final out, and there's a hard hit grounder to second, on to first. And that's the game. Heaters win, Freebooters lose. I would not blame that on the pitching situation. Kent Ratherwell actually did a nice job in relief. Maybe we didn't quite have the bullpen depth we've had in the past, but, I mean, McBride did alright. Lupinovich charged with the 2 earned runs, but Frequin gave up the well-hit single. Should have been a double, honestly. So, Freebooters go down. They now fall to 2-10 on the season, and it is getting late early for them. Guns Jackman does get player of the game honors in this one. 2 for 4, a home run, a double, 2 RBIs. So one nice little bit of news. Also, we seem to have an issue as far as the 6s in our player development budget. This is the second time I've seen all of them. Let's see, it doesn't look like anybody was signed. We do get a new player development opportunity for Kay Frequin. She can get extra junk. That might actually be worth it. And yeah, nobody was signed. I'm going to be posting a screenshot update, a free agency deep dive and player development. So it might be a couple days before we see the next game. Why don't we just simulate the CPU games, and then we'll see where we are in the standings. I don't know that this is going to be our season at this point. I mean, you can overcome 2-10, but it's not very likely. But why don't we take a look? So, very much sole possession of last place in the division. Also last place in the wild card race by a lot. We're 5 big games behind though, so I mean with what 36 left to play, that I would say we definitely have a shot at it if we want to try to take it. But it is also an option to unload some of our contracts and focus on development. I would just hate to do that this early in the season. Anyway, we did manage to fix our little bullpen starter situation, so I'm happy about that. But we'll see where this goes over the next couple games. In any case, have a lovely day, enjoy the weather, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.